Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? It's been a long day. Um, Sorry to be in the middle. Yes, it's been today is what, Wednesday? Yes, today is Wednesday. Today is an amazing day. I'm so excited. I'm up today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm up today. I'm in a good spirit today. Like, I don't know. I'm in a very good spirit today, and I believe I'm going to come live tonight. When I'm not feeling well, I don't come on live because I don't want you all to feel what I'm feeling because I'm an empath, so I feel stuff. And I don't know how many empaths we have out there, and I don't want to make you feel it? So, with that being said, we're going to be talking about Miss Netta. We're going to be talking about T.S. Madison. We're going to be talking about Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and all of the things. But what we're really going to talk about tonight is going to be P. Diddy. Okay. We're going to discuss him and Miss Kim Porter, the book that she's out with, and, so on and so forth. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm over here having communion and I'm having meditation right now. And, yeah, it's just been one of those days. It's been one of those days. I haven't really been on the YouTube and seeing what's been going on. So if y'all know something that's been going on, y'all make sure y'all message me or DM me and let me know the tea so I can be sure to cover it because I'm in the space right now where I'm so ready to move it, mama. I'm in a space where I'm just ready to start back giving my commentary and start reviewing different things. So I've just been, like I said, I've just been in a space where I needed to regather myself, gather myself up, get my thoughts together, see which avenue I'm gonna take, who I'm gonna go after next, those type of fun things. Uh-huh. I've been kind of, not really been coming live, and like I said, that's because of personal reasons. And I just thank y'all for still supporting and subscribing and showing up for whenever I do come live. um okay, we got an echo right there, but anywho, yeah. So our volume is good. Like I said, this evening, I'm going to take out some time. I'm going to relax and get into that commentary like I know I can. hmm And this has been going on for like a week and a half now, you know? But trust me, I'm trying to have great intentions. I'll sit up there and create the thumbnail, and stuff happens, y'all. That's why I always tell y'all to put y'all mental health first. Put your mental health first. See YouTube and stuff. Everything will be here when we get back. But we got to make sure we're straight and make sure we good on so many levels. On so many levels. No. So who's all in here? I see 5 people in here. How y'all doing? How was y'all day? It's Wednesday, hump day. We're almost through the week. We got what is it? We got tax-free weekend this weekend. Anybody doing any shopping? I know school is about to be back in. Are the kiddos ready to go back to school? I know mine are. We went out and we did a little bit of school shopping today. We didn't get school supplies, but only one of my babies have uniforms, and the other two can kind of wear what they want to wear. So I just been in mommy mode and wifey mode, and you know, in queens mode. Yeah, just relaxing. Living life, making the best of each and every day. You know, having great days on purpose, even though sometimes that day may not give you what you want. But as long as you made it through, you're a winner, you know? So I've just been, you know, focusing on me and the important things that are going on in my life, and more opportunities to help out my community. So that's what I've been on. I'm just sitting outside right now having me a meditation and communion. Yeah. So just wanted to come through and fellowship with you all. Yes. But anywho, I think that I might cover Miss Netta tonight, because Miss Netta has gotten beside herself, and we're gonna have to read her rights tonight. Okay. Kaya then come out and read her. T.S. Madison and Craig, I don't know. I just kind of feel like Miss Netta is just like fumbling the bag all the way around the board. I mean, at least, when she did have a manager, he was booking the gigs and they were showing up places. And, they recently was in Atlanta. So I want to know, are they doing something with Larry Reed Live? Because I know he was very interested in Miss Netta and Charles. Uh-huh. He bonded more with Charles because he said that they're both, country people. Netta, Joe is too. So. Child, when you come on here, you say this is a persona. I'm not trans, and honey, I just like to dress up in women's clothing, honey. You do not get to use the trans umbrella. Like, girl, the umbrella has been taken back. Okay, because for one, trans, we don't, wake up one day and oh, I'm trans, and then tomorrow we're saying, oh, I'm Joe. No, that's not how it works. That's not it. Joe likes to play cosplay. He likes to dress up. And trans women that I know, and for myself, we had to go through therapy and things like that, right? You have to go and see a doctor, a psychiatrist. So, you know, like I said, I just feel like Joe is an opportunist for women and trans women. And there's some people out there like that, just like some of those people that are just on demon time, on that reckless time, on that demonic time. They'll put on a wig and a dress and go up in a women's bathroom and be doing all these, nefarious things. And they will try to hop up under the umbrella with the trans women. And if you are a trans woman, you get what I'm saying. You've seen it before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like pretty much trans, we're pretty much by ourselves because, the gays, they be against us. Try to be a lot. It be a lot. It'd be a lot. All right, we're back, you all. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. That was one of my grandbaby's mother, but I'm back. But yeah, like I was saying, just about Miss Netta. Like Netta is doing too much. Move. Yeah, Netta's doing way too much, and Netta needs to be humbled. But like I said, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. We have the primetime mixers scheduled for Monday. Child, when I tell y'all, my world has been whirling. My world has been whirling. You know, and it be times where I want to pick up my phone and just go to chatting, and I'm like, after I get through that moment, I'm like, I'm so glad I did not go on live. I'm for real. I be so glad. I'm like, I'm so glad I did not go on live because, baby, the way that I was feeling, child, mm. Oh man. But I'm forever grateful because I have everything that I need. I have my basic necessities. I have life. I'm above ground. I mean, some people didn't wake up this morning, so for me to complain about anything, that would be so selfish. Smile through it all, even if it's not something you feel like people feel like you should smile about. Smile through it all because that's just you maintaining your joy in tough situations. And I'm not gonna tell y'all how many times I've had to smile when I wanted to go off. Man, I'm not even gonna tell y'all how many times I have smiled because I wanted to, go off, but I didn't give in because I know my purpose. My purpose is bigger than this. This is just something that's temporary. It's not gonna be forever. And once I get through it, it's gonna be like, girl, and you was, girl, yeah, it was a time, but you made it through, you know. And I'm so glad because I feel like God is just giving me opportunities to um to give back, to give back. I'm always wanting to give back, um like I went to Walmart earlier and I tried to get I got like six of those pencil holders or marker holders or whatever, and they didn't have no Apple Pay there, and so uh I couldn't pay. But I wanted to do something for somebody else, but God told me, you know Queen, I get that you want to help everybody else, but right now I've got you on an assignment where you have to help yourself. All that'll come later. Right now I've got to help myself, so I can be showing up in front of y'all and things like that. And what I'm going through, the Lord told me that He's gonna work it all out. And so I believe that it's already worked out. It's already worked out. I'm just, letting the Lord lead, and I'm just following. And it took a lot because I wasn't gonna come live today. But once I, was able to find the great things in today, it motivated me and it inspired me. And then, I have stuff going on behind the scenes. I have family members, going through their stuff, and prayers up for my grandpa. Um, you know, we'll just say that. Yep, prayers up for him. He had an accident. He fell the other day and broke his leg. So we got to make sure we're taking care of our elderly, our family member. Like, we got to definitely take care of them, y'all. And these kids, I was about to say, he cheering. We got to take care of. Hey, can you hit the link? That's Miss Barbara, y'all. Miss Barbara, hit the link. Because I know Miss Barbara, she suffers from mental health as well, and she's pretty open about it. Miss Barbara, whichever channel you're coming in from, hit that link and then come up and we can chat. I was just discussing some mental health and things like that, and just kind of like, the hurdles that I'm crossing and jumping over. You know how that is. And I always tell people, like, go get your mental health, go get you together, utilize those services. They are out there. You don't have to be out here suffering. I was suffering for a long time. When I tell you I was suffering for a long, long time. And, you know, just because, I mean, you got to stick with it. It's not like nothing's going to change overnight. You just got to stick with it. Oh, there go Miss Barbara.
Hi,
Miss
Queen.
Barbara. Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was just speaking about mental health. Introduce yourself and let the people know, like, you maybe, we can tell them something about mental health.
It's very important to accept if you have anything going wrong with you, depression, stress, anxiety, getting fired. You don't have to be labeled to be mentally ill to seek help. Don't take it as if it's a stigma if you seek help. And this is what stops people from seeking help. It's not what people call you, it's what you answer to.
Totally agree. Now, Miss Barbara, I've been upfront and honest with my audience, and I tell them, I have mental health. I ain't going to detail on what I'm going through and stuff, but um, you are an advocate for mental health. So, do you receive services?
Yes, I very much so. I make sure. And if, like, from the age of 18 years old, when I experimented with drug called PCP, and then it's a street name called dust, but it was embalming fluid, yeah, embalming fluid. So that it was called dust. And so I had an episode with PCP, and I've been labeled uh mentally ill ever since.
Uh-huh. Now, if it's not too much to go into, what was that experience like when you experienced the particular, that you had taken?
Hmm. Well, to me, I had control and they was bugging out. That was to me because with all of the drugs that I consumed, in my opinion, I always was in my right mind. In my opinion.
Okay, so let me ask you this: like, having that happened, and you have family. Um, was there any like reactions from your family? Like, was
Yeah, they
there
would.
any
Yeah, okay. So
withdrawal?
this is what happened. I think I was around about 16 years old. I had a war with these big time drug dealers, and I was getting high, and it just made me evil. Because at first I never experienced a drug because I was fly. Only thing I did was sniff cocaine and drink champagne. But all the rest of the people around me was like bugging out real evil. And come to find out, they were smoking PCP. So when it was introduced to me, I had a reaction that made me evil. So what happened was I had threatened these big time drug dealers that I was going to lock them up because they didn't pay me. So they wind up paying me. And then I said it wasn't enough money. And then I started attacking my girlfriend to go insist that I get more money. They gave me more money. I don't know. I just bugged the fuck out. I want to know. So when I went home, my family, I said, yo, I got to get out of here. And I had all of this money and I was trying to leave. So they was like, yo, she really bugging out. We can't let her leave with all this money. What is she doing? I'm saying, yo, listen, y'all bugging out. Y'all can't hold me. I just threatened my whole crew. I gotta leave. I gotta leave. This is a war story. This is a war story. 16 years old. It might be triggering people, but this is what actually happened. So to them, I was bugging out. To me, they was holding me and they was gonna get me killed by holding me because they don't realize that I gotta leave because I done, in other words, snitched on my whole crew as far as they concerned. So I was in my right mind. So when they got me to the hospital, they kept tying me up and I kept getting untied. And they was like asking my family, is she some kind of Olympic artist or whatever? Nah, me and my brother used to play tie-up games when we was young and we had to get out of knots, and that's where I got it from. So no restraint was holding me down, and I was telling them. They called the pastor, they called my my great aunt, they called all the elders in the family. Now I'm in trouble because I'm using drugs and I'm bugging out. But all I wanted to do was leave where my drug people knew I was to not come clip me off. So that's what happened. And once again, but then that's when I go to find out what was my mission to go through that. Having the common sense that I had, I realized that a lot of Black Americans was being turned out by drugs and used to absorb the Medicaid system. To absorb the Medicaid system. I actually had to take my hospital to court to get out of the hospital because it was a big thing where they was using Black Americans to absorb the Medicaid system by keeping them institutionalized either by jail or institution. So I took them to court. I was peeping. I had a lot of powerful people behind me and everything. So they got me out of that mess. Thank you, Jesus. My pastor, which was Apostle William Brown, and the man that I was dating, Space for Space, dating big time contract in Harlem. So that was that. And I won my case in court because as I said, to me, nothing was ever wrong. And started getting just able not taking medication because at the time they was giving people certain medications which I don't want to name because I don't want people to stop taking their medication because I did that when I was young and people was losing their mind because I was refusing to take my medication, but I was always medicating myself on alcohol. alcohol and drugs. Alcohol. The drug was alcohol, so crack cocaine, alcohol, crack cocaine. But I called it freebasing because we cooked up our own stuff, and it was like peppermint balls, freebasing. And I'm like, Whitney, yeah, we had too much money to smoke crack. When we smoked crack, we bought the whole packages. It was just crazy. The way I binged and got high, like for a whole week, you would actually die. Like the way I got high. I couldn't get high every day. I would binge. So when I start, I wouldn't finish whole week, possibly dies. People have died. One time, the man that sold us the drug died because he was sniffing it and we were smoking it, and he died. His body couldn't take it. It's too potent for him. So a lot of people take care of their mental health with alcohol and drugs, which is not good.
So let me ask you this, and thank you for sharing, that intimate and deep, your testimony.
My
And
war
I feel like,
story. Yeah, my
yeah,
war story. I got a lot of them.
yeah. And you know what? Just with this story and this experience, hope that, somebody out there hears it and get inspired to want to get, seek mental help like, you and I are. And so far for me, um, I'm happy that I took that first step, and it's been working for me. I mean, yeah, it nothing just like goes away. It's not like oh, you get the therapy and oh, it's all done and it's fixed. No, it's you just gotta do some deeper work, and
a,
uh,
a suggestion, darling. A suggestion.
yes,
Being
ma'am.
being that I was in the rooms of Narcotic Anonymous and also AAA for many, many years, heard a lot of sharing. The suggestion for me is, and for myself, for you and myself, but at this point I can't really consume alcohol. But be careful with the alcohol. Be careful with the alcohol, because the alcohol could keep you from finding yourself and the root of why you feel you need alcohol, and you're not going to a party, you're not at an occasion, and you're not at a dinner, and you're not out with the girls. So we have to realize, like, come to an understanding, why do I just want to sit here and just drink alcohol? We're not supposed to be doing that, because the dopamine in our brain, the regular happiness, if all of that, if is out of our system, we will come back to the natural happiness.
Thank you for the words of wisdom. Thank you for the words of wisdom. Now, let's just say this, because I've experienced trauma in my life. And I don't know why we're talking about this, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this message because we're talking. So I'm gonna keep going. So when it comes to trauma, whether if it's I'm gonna just put it out there. So my some of my trauma comes from my family. And I think like I have, kind of like isolated myself from them because I don't want to get hurt. And it seems like every time we're around each other, it's somebody is after me for like some apparent reason.
I can share my testimony with you from experience with that. You understand? And I'm quite sure most people can. And I can say this: for our health, mental health, sometimes it's better to love people from a distance.
Got you. And you know what? I'm learning that.
Yeah. And like, if you have an elder, it's good to show respect. Like, to pick up the phone, how you doing today? You was just on my mind, and I just wanted to say hello. And hang up the phone. Because tomorrow is not promised to nobody. And that's what the devil wants. Like, for example, my family was getting on my nerves, but there was a dearly beloved aunt of mine that I actually stayed away from for 4 years. And within that 4 years, she passed. And we was together neck and neck from the time I cast eyes on her. We was together neck and neck. Even when we wasn't together, we was on the phone maybe 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I was adopted to be her oldest daughter, and I allowed negativity to get to me. I allowed all that anger that I had with other family members that were surrounded around her to allow me to miss her last days. Which I never imagined would ever happen because her mother and her elders had longevity. So I never imagined that she would transition and be with me in the spirit. That was one thing that had to God was preparing me for a lot of things when I was able to see a dearly beloved friend of mine spirit transition. A lot of relief was on my head to just know that she wasn't in the physical body, but she was still with me. So I believe within that 4 years, that's what God was preparing me, that she will always be with me the same way we was telescoping, they telling me, you know, like when we're on the phone and we're getting ready to make a phone call or we have a phone call, she's communicating with me in the same way. And all of my elders and all of your elders, like I'm trying to tell you, we don't die, we transition. Our spirits still walk.
Absolutely. You know what? This is just so much wisdom and so much information that I needed to hear because, um, you know, even though a person or people may act a certain type of way, that don't mean that we have to engage in that type of behavior and give it back to them, right? But I just feel like with me, with some of my people, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like my dad and I, we haven't had the good, like a cool relationship. Like at one point, I felt like we was getting somewhere, but then it's like every time we're getting somewhere, something happens. And I recently addressed some things to him and I asked him not to do some things, and he turned around and he did it the other day when I was on the phone with him, and he wanted me to come by and bring him something to his house. I'm like, I don't even know where you stay at. Like, it's so crazy because how is it that I don't know where you stay at, but you know where I stay at? Like make that make sense. And I've been, in the Bible says, honor your mother and your father.
And thy days will be longer on
And
this
our
earth.
days will be long on this earth. But I just when we were on that phone call, when I got off the phone, it was like it was just so much anxiety, and then it's like you keep doing things that I'm asking you nicely and politely not to do, and it's like you're still doing it. So I didn't even call him back. I didn't want to know where he stayed at because it's like it's you doing too much, and if I tell you I can't handle something, don't continue to try to force it on my plate. You know.
Okay, let me tell you something. I could be familiar with transgenders being very upset if people get the pronouns wrong. You understand? If people get the
No, it's
pronouns
it's not
wrong,
even about the pronouns with him. I'm past the pronouns. It's just the disrespect, and I don't want to elaborate on
no,
what
no,
that
no, no, Pa.
disrespect is.
I'm not going to elaborate, but I want to tell you something, right? What we have to understand about our elders, first of all, let me congratulate you for still having an elder living. Jesus, let me congratulate you for that. You know, oh baby, no, that's a beautiful blessing to have what? Your elder living. You understand? And I want to give you a suggestion. When we get so old, we get set in our ways. And most elders that are older than me, are like I'm 61, the ones that are even older than me definitely feel like it's a trinity if you are trying to change their beliefs and the way they grew up. They're not down with the new coming of anything. So my suggestion to you is to not try to, they telling me, reprogram your father. Just love him and accept that it's not his place all the time to have to show you. Come on, when we know they wrong, sometimes we just gotta let go and let God. Okay, dad. Okay, dad. Okay, dad. He wants you to bring him something. Damn right. He loves you for whatever. You understand? If he wants you to bring him something, bring it. And I'm quite sure you need to ask him that food you be cooking. Dad, you want me to bring you some food too? And stop all of the conversations with him. Just love him. Dad, what you want me to do? Okay, dad, come over. Okay, if you said he wanted you to bring him something, that's what you said. You didn't say he was wanted to come pick something up. You was going to find out wherever he be or whatever. You understand? Because a lot of times our elders don't want to deal with people mumbling and talking mess and everything.
It's
That
like
stresses them out.
the
You
area.
know, they know that he have a son, and all of a sudden, oh, yeah, there you go. He got the dress on. And then your father got to be stressed out, knocking out old bastards, talking mess. You know, they don't want to deal with all of that. So just leave it
Miss
alone.
Barbara, Miss Barbara, respectfully, I get that you want to give me good pointers and all that. I am an adult. I'm working through my trauma. I'm not about to spend my time on somebody that don't want to address their trauma and respect the fact that I don't want to hear about your ex-girlfriend. You have a you have a woman that lays in bed with you every night, and I feel that is very disrespectful, and I will not entertain that. And so no, I will not communicate with my dad like that, hanging out and stuff. I'll call him, I'll check on him,
Good.
but I'm just not going to take it any further. But what I do, what I
Wait.
will do
Guess what you
is
missed too?
still.
No,
No,
guess
no,
what
no.
you
Wait,
missed?
let me finish because I
All
let you
right.
finish.
All right.
Um, you know, so our relationship, you only know that's not even a small bit of it. I just gave it politely, because if you read my about, my dad beat my mother while I was young. I didn't grow up like him. My dad didn't finish school. I finished school, so there are things, and God has awakened me to some things. I respect him, but I was just sharing that. I don't want to get into a deep conversation about it, but that was just a little piece that I was sharing.
Okay. I'm just
Being
glad
vulnerable.
I'm glad that you shared that your father wanted to have a conversation with you. And I feel that being that he
No,
wanted
he didn't want to have a conversation. He wanted me to bring him alcohol.
to
You
the alcohol, guess what?
see what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, no, no. I was laughing because I be telling my kids sometimes, like when I used to drink, bring me some alcohol, and with that comes the conversation. Sit down, have a drink with me. Sometimes people want to be able to have a drink and talk. I think
no, and then it's gonna be like, let me tell you this. I should be able to call my dad and ask him for stuff. Why is he calling me asking me for stuff? You wasn't there majority of my life. And if you feel like that you have a child that you can take from, baby, you have another thing coming because it's not that. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and I have other things to give my money to. I'm not going to sit up here and want to bring you a drink and you can't respect the fact that I don't want you bringing your ex-girlfriend up. I don't want to be around her. She joined the church. She did some horrible things to me. And for you to say that that has nothing to do with me, that's why it's, hey daddy, how you doing? You good? You still alive? Okay, I love you. Talk to you later. But then the last time I called him, which was the other day, then he kind of overpowered me in the conversation. He was like, "Oh, I need a drink, this, that, and the third." And I'm just like, what about a valuable moment? What about a memory? He don't care about any of that. He just wants to get what he can get, and the only thing that he'll get from me is me checking up on him. I love you, daddy, but I don't want to sit up and have a drink with my daddy and we don't even have a clear understanding of how my boundaries are being crossed and you don't want to respect them. So why would I go and sit and party and have a drink with him? What can we talk about?
You know what? Let me tell you, you can't outgive God. And it's always the children that's been treated the worst that parents wind up depending on. It's funny like that. You know, sometimes it happens. They the strongest, they the stronger ones because they didn't get it easy. You
You
know,
gotta call and check up on the stronger ones, and you were one of the stronger ones. You know what? It's a lot of weight. It's like we're not complaining, but I
Tulsa,
mean, even strong people need to be checked on. Can we agree on that, sis? Can we touch and agree?
Tulsa, but I wasn't. My mother was a motherfucker to me. Okay. She really was. She was an angel to everybody else. But to her daughters, I learned that from my sister. My mother was a motherfucker. Understand that. But guess what? I over I overflowed her cup. Like when I was out there hustling, baby, she just her bra stayed full of money. You know, and I just gave her. This was just material things. I loved her. She never gave me love, but you know what? She really loved me. But she couldn't. That's just with the trauma that happened in her life. Her mother was unfortunately terminated right in front of her face, holding her little brother. You understand? So that was her trauma. I didn't sit time and, oh, my mama this, like my family members try to force me to hate my mama. And even the one that adopted me that I was speaking so beautiful of was jealous if I gave love to someone. No, no, that's always my mama. I don't care. Because she take care of me right today. Tell me how to cook and everything. All of them in the spirit. And I'm so glad for that. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that I forgave her and I was willing to understand that she was traumatized. So, in other words, I wish I could pick up the phone and talk to my moms, man. Put all of that behind you, child. You a Christian, so throw that in the sea of forgetfulness. You
Yeah,
spoke
I
Jesus
forgave
Christ.
them. Like I said, I just call them and check on them. But
So what about the
it-
love? Let them talk to you. You talk to other people. Let them talk to you if you want to talk to you. Like he probably don't have nobody else to talk to.
ma'am, I called him. He does not call me.
Well, that's okay.
Okay, so that's why I said I think that you're kind of jumping the gun a little bit. Like I said, I was just sharing some pieces
Okay.
of what it
All right.
was because I feel like somebody could use this information, but I
Yep.
won't be your trample toy. I won't be your token child that's showing up for you, and you can't respect my boundaries.
And
You
guess
know,
what? If
I
something
love you, but I love you enough to love you from a distance. I'll call you and
mm-mm,
check on you.
Tulsa, you a loving person. Something happened to that man, you gonna regret not picking up the phone.
No, I never said that I wasn't going to pick up the phone. What I said is I got to protect my peace. I am an adult. I have a whole life. I'm married. Like my daddy's issues are not my issues. What I have to focus on is getting my kids ready and prepared for the beautiful life that they're going to live and the families that they're going to create. So my daddy, like I said, with him, there were times and opportunities where we could have had that good relationship, but I'm not coming to you because you need alcohol. I'm not going to provide that. No. When you don't respect me, my values, and my morals, I'm nothing like you. I'm not going to operate like you, you know? I'm not going to operate like you. I'm not going to disown my children and put other people first. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not him, you
Well,
know?
I wish that I would have put more effort into being around my mother. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just closing her out, because I miss knowing how to cook recipes. I'm just reminiscing on when I did run into her. I didn't even realize she had a whole apartment practically almost around the corner to where I was living. And we had a nice visit. She had beautiful food, so that's what I was missing, the beautiful food, nice seeing your mom. So I just hurt myself at the end of the day. Cause hey, things gotta be put in the sea of forgetfulness. We gotta learn how to forgive for real. We grown.
Yeah, but God told us to forgive but not be foolish. I mean, like I said, if I'm not gonna let anybody bully me, that is my right. If I say no, that means no. You know, no means no. And so if you can't understand no, then I don't know what to tell you, you know?
Don't get mad if they beg, because
Oh
if
no, I'm not getting mad if he begs.
okay,
My thing
yeah,
is, how are you a grown man and we didn't get a call on our birthdays? I mean, this dude, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna open up a little bit. He will let the girlfriend that he's talking about call us, cuss us out. I mean, calling us on the phone. We're like in elementary school, but my daddy, he's just a different. He's a different type of guy, and I just rather keep my distance. And like I said, I call him and I check up on him, but that's all it is. And like I told him, do not pop up at my house. I don't care if I'm outside watering my grass. You pop up, I need you to leave because you didn't call. Don't just pop up at my house. Don't just pop up at my house. I don't know where you stay at. I don't pop up at yours. And I think there's a level of respect. Have respect for people is so free. I've been violated, I've been pushed over, and those are my boundaries. So anybody that cannot respect my boundaries will not be around me respectfully.
okay, so Tulsa, like I'm saying, I'm not gonna let go of this. Just appreciate that you could pick up the phone if you feel like it to talk to your dad. And like I am letting
Miss
people
Barbara, with all respect, if my daddy left today, I wouldn't feel a certain type of way, ma'am. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Those are my honest feelings right now. And if you don't mind, let's just kind of change the subject. But that's just where I stand with that.
okay, Tulsa. All right.
So, on a brighter day, how is Harlem, New York?
It's terrible, Tulsa, because like Harlem is okay because there's not that many immigrants running the street. But like places like Bronx, Brooklyn, like my daughter almost got kidnapped yesterday. Okay. And I'm furious with her because all she did was stand in the store and wait till she ain't see them no more. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Why would you do that? Why didn't you call the police immediately? I'm not gonna let nobody make me scared. Oh my God. I was so upset. I don't even want outside no more. They got these immigrants all over the place, Tulsa. They in the schoolyard masturbating. They in the schoolyard sleeping. They under these petitions. You know how you see in the city, I don't know if you see this mess going on in the city. They put these green things that people have to walk under that's hold up by steels on the sidewalk. Girl,
Mm-mm.
girl, they sleeping all under there. They sleeping in the schoolyards, Tulsa. They all on corners, Home Depot looking for work. They wander in the streets. It's horrible. It's horrible and very dangerous. I'm getting up out of here. I'm getting up out of the five boroughs. I gotta go. I was in 30 years in Tompkins County, Ithaca, New York, in the witness protection program. I'm not anonymous. I don't give a fuck. I'm not anonymous. I'm serious. I'm gonna lock this man up. Everywhere where I put on YouTube, he closed all the dispensaries down. And he closed all these dispensaries down in my area. You understand? Because I tested, he was selling fake marijuana and grabber with fentanyl and heroin and everything in it. And I, been reporting it like, yo, what's up? You killing us. And now you got these people. Then you got these stupid ass Democrats talking about Kamala Harris is black. Are you out of your mind? Her father looked like a half African and a half Indian. Okay? Just because you got our color, you not us. That thing. That thing. Oh man, for real? Seriously, y'all? Doing way too much. We need a massive, we need like Donald Trump promised, a massive deportation.
Okay, so listen, let's try to stay away from the political.
Okay. Okay, but that's what it is. That's all it is political. What's the price of food? It's about that's what it's
Well,
about. The vote, the price of
well,
food.
I'll have another show about the Kamala and Donald Trump.
All right, I
But
won't say your name, but let me ask you, how much is food where you live?
I have a show for that.
Okay. Got Jackson.
No, so how is Dior?
She's wonderful, writing new songs. Writing new songs. Yeah, she did beautiful hair. She did beautiful hair. Her hair looks nice. She's gonna do my hair. I'm gonna get the same style. But I don't
Let's
wanna
go
like
this way.
I don't wanna gray my hair. I'm really dye my hair. I'm really sick of like having to dye it, but gray
Yeah.
looks so ugly on me.
No, it don't.
Yes, it do. I'm not one of those ladies that look ladies
Come on,
that
camera.
look
Let me see.
absolutely
Let me see it. I like when you have your afro. Come on, camera.
yeah. Nah, I'm
Huh?
not going to jail. I'm laying in my bedroom naked, child.
Oh no. Keep that camera off, child.
Yeah, I just happen to have on a bodysuit.
Gonna
But
get
most
us in trouble.
of the time, yeah, most of the
You gonna
time,
show us it. You gonna get us in trouble showing all those curves and all of that chocolate, honey.
now all that
All that melanin.
that been going, that been going, all those curves and stuff been going. Yo, yo,
But you
man,
still here.
thank God, right?
Yeah. Now I like having these conversations with you. Um, I want us to y'all stop it. I want us to because remember we were supposed to be talking about Project 2025 and then we were supposed to be talking about the presidential elections.
Yeah,
Remember? But I've been trying to get in contact with you. I haven't
no, no,
like your phone.
that's because my grandbaby be having the phone. I'm not going to speak on no president's names and no election, but I just want to speak on this, my dear queen. You
No.
must allow me to say this.
Yeah.
The ghetto have been living 25 years for crack cocaine, 60 years for crack cocaine, 40 years, 10 years, that has nothing to do with the ghetto. We've been underneath a foot from day one. So
Come on now.
there's too much liberty in New York as far as I mean in America as far as I'm concerned. I want some of these politicians to be dictated like you can't buy and have business with China and be the president of the United States. I want some of this dictation gone, all this liberty. You understand? You able to rob us with this liberty. You able to spy with this liberty. You're doing too much with this liberty. When in certain countries you can't even breathe wrong without getting executed. Stop playing with me. They doing too much. It's too much liberty in America. We need. I'm sorry. We need. We don't need no dictating officers, but people that really don't know, like patriotic Americans that really don't know that it's a conspiracy for the government to destroy the ghettos of America. They don't understand. They can't understand that we did not fly in these narcotics. They can't understand that. They think that we went to these countries and got these narcotics. They not understanding it's coming straight from the government. And that's what my page is all about. Allowing you and letting you know, because I was there. And that's the reason why I was there going through all of this, walking through the valley of shadow of death. Who is my staff? All of my souls, working as a nursing assistant, all of those elders that I cleaned up and helped wash their heinies. They walk with me. That's my staff protecting me. What? Mad,
Amen.
mad,
Amen.
mad respect.
You better say that. And you know what? I worked in home healthcare too, and I love helping people. Like it's just like, even those that aren't able to help themselves, it's just like a total gift. It's like
Yeah.
you like when I used to work, baby, you got like you was at a damn 5-star restaurant, baby.
Yep. Hair done everything.
5-star. Yep.
Mhm,
5-star. Hello. How you doing?
mhm.
Making sure briefs are changed, making sure you rotated and, you know,
And not
keeping
not to also include the
snacks.
the political people that God always gravitated to me, you know, always gravitated to me. Like my workload was always light. I barely had to do work.
Yeah.
Like when my boss going on another job. I was always very attractive, but illiterate with no education. I
Yeah.
got busted. I got busted where I used to work for the railroad with that. But when we took it to court, the judge said that's all right. She already had the job, so they wanted to fire me because I lied on my application that I had a diploma and I didn't. You know,
Mm.
in fact, I got seniority 4 years, 7 months, but that's a lawsuit. Baby, I got so many people jobs here. Making a long story short, they are now millionaires because the boss wanted to have sex with me and I did not. I held that over his head. So everybody that I cued was hired. Yep, they are now millionaires. Hmm.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
like my thing was dealing with the most notorious drug dealers in America. So, baby, you had to be witty. You couldn't
How
be
did that make you feel? I mean, did you feel like you were on top of the world? I mean, did you have adrenaline? Were you like cheesing hard? I mean, what did that do for you? Because I know you had stated, when we were sharing our trauma growing up, your mom didn't, you felt like she didn't love you and you learned that from your sister. So when you had made it to that moment to where, okay, you got money, you got this, you got that, how did that make you feel? And do you feel like it made you change?
I never made it to the moment because I was a cokehead. So I used up all of my money in drugs. Wait, we smoked the house every week. We was smoking the house every week like the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying? The habit was thousands and thousands of dollars. So it was always a bunch of confusion, somebody about to get murdered.
Y'all was spending money.
Yeah, it was like somebody about to get murdered for stealing a package, not paying. I'm trying to keep my crew alive. I'm locking niggas up on the low. I'm the biggest snitch. I'm snitching on niggas to get them arrested before they kill my friends. I'm doing all kinds of shit. I have so many personalities. I'm working. I'm hustling. I'm working for a steak and take restaurant. I don't know. You can look at the movie Superfly and you'll see him passing by steak and take when the movie first comes on. The Muslims own that. So I was in the Muslim pockets. I was a Christian. I was a Muslim. Girl, I was all over the place. Like I had so many personalities. Like, I was a drug dealer. I wasn't a drug dealer. I was saved. I wasn't saved. It was just, oh man, I had to be in church. I couldn't be in church. I had packages. I didn't have packages. It was a lot. It's a lot. All God just had me in there just enough to get information, save lives, the lives I could save. There was some I couldn't. You know, I had 2 hits on me, 3 hits, 3 professional hits on me. One time the hitman changed his mind. The other time the hitman became blind. Another drug dealer was in the house with me. They came to the door. They seen he was with me, so they turned around. I had like several hits on me. I had several hits on me to be murdered and terminated. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't a glorified life to live. I just survived. You know, just
Yeah.
survived. Nothing to glorify because every I don't care what you got. You're not making money off of people misery. You're gonna lose all of that at the end. Or ask the most notorious dealers. You lose all of that at the end, everything. And also you get to be punished, for things that you did. I wound up marrying a heroin addict and I seen the grief that I caused people, Hey, God gonna get ya. Mhm.
Wow. That right there, baby, that statement was everything. Um, Miss Barbara, let the people know, if you don't mind, let them know what your channel is, and you know, let them know that they can come by.
I'm only educated by the Holy Spirit. You got to drop
I
my
know,
You
but
got
I
to drop
still
the
have
link.
to.
You the one that showed me how to get line. You got to drop the link. Now let me explain my channels.
Uh
My
huh.
channels is for kings and queens. It's the Underground Railroad. That channel is called Apartments Available in New York City. That channel is letting you know everything that political people in the government is doing to steal gentrification, stealing the money, and what's going on, how Black Americans are, and poor people, and even working people, middle class Americans are being pushed in shelters, and landlords are getting 12,000 and 9,000 a month. That's equivalent to the cotton field of slavery that's going on strong in the cities of America. And the Democrats are doing it. Slavery is existing. So my page is showing you apartments available in New York City, is showing you what's going on so you can avoid all that. I'm showing you how to not get an apartment. I'm showing you how to get a house. You are to contact NACA, and they will give you a counselor that will help you buy a house. I don't care if you have a McDonald's job, and you are also to flee out of these big cities, whereas you could use your Section 8 voucher in other places, not the big cities, where you will be able. A house is a foundation. I am, and then I have a page called Messenger for the spiritual army angels. What that means, I'm not educated by nobody but the Holy Spirit. Since the age of 5 years old, I knew something was different. The government want to label me, label me what you can. But all of the drug use and all of the drugs the government try to give me, I still keep my same frame of mind. It do not affect me. I'm a born again Egyptian slave to a king and a queen, here to announce that the kings and queens have risen. We are in the revelation. We must leave America. Who am I talking about? Black American people. Who are they? Just because you got my color, you're not me. I'm talking about blood type O, gap in the mouth. Okay? They stole our blood too. Talking about blood type O, gap in the mouth. We are children of Jesus Christ for generations and generations. They never wanted dreadlocks or braids nowhere. And this is the reason. You are actually the biological children and descendants of Jesus Christ. It's time for us to leave America. We must save the world by gaining the coalition of marijuana, having the stock market brought down, asking United Nations to
All
join.
right,
Mm.
Miss
And
Barbara, you definitely follow Miss
okay,
Barbara.
there you go. I'm sorry.
All right.
You asked me. And I will go before my God saying this. This was all
Absolutely.
spiritual awakening. I don't make up no words. A lot of people mimicking my words and everything. But go to my pages. It's real. It's real. It's really real.
Yes. So you make sure you go and subscribe to Messenger and the Spiritual Army.
Well,
Yes.
it's right there, and yeah, whatever. But apartments available is like, and I also want to tell them to take the Fannie Mae / education course. It's online. It's a free course, and it's a 3-hour test. You get a question wrong, go back. Don't complete the. Just go back and correct the answer. They allow you. It took me 7 hours. This will give you an opportunity to get your house with no money down. Yeah.
Yes.
So Tulsa,
Absolutely.
when we gonna make our political thing? My grandbaby got the phone now. You're unblocked, so please call me. Leave a message for me to call you back.
Okay. I'm actually dropping your link in the chat right now.
Yeah, drop apartments available because that's more.
Oh, I'll put this one that you own.
Okay, put this one that I'm on, but drop apartments available in New York
Oh, that
City.
is it. Apartments available in New York City.
No, 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 it's not. It says that,
Look
but
at it.
mm,
Oh, it's not.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah, but
Yeah.
drop that one because it's a. I had to separate the messages from the political message. I have to separate them.
Right. Okay.
That's the one I want them to see because
No, this one is a messenger for spiritual army.
yeah, I don't want people to see that it's not a king or a queen. They're not going to understand that. I want them to go to apartments available in New York City where I'm helping them to get apartment houses, not apartments. And I'm telling them what's going on.
Okay, you send it to me in my message, and then I'll just post it on the community tab so
I'm telling
people.
you word for word. All I could say, my sister, you got to do it. Apartments available in New York City. You'll see my little face there. So please help me out and Google
Apartments available in New
New
York
York.
City.
Yeah, pull that up right now. You'll see my face, me smoking a blunt.
All right, I got you. Let me
All
go ahead and
right.
drop it right now.
Thank you
Let
so
me drop it right now in the chat.
much.
Okay. Let
Tulsi,
me drop
get
it.
me up. So listen, you need to get me up for a time. We gonna have a political debate.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to I love Messy Sweet Spot. That transgender, I love Messy Sweet
All
Spot.
right, Miss Barbara, we
What?
are coming to the close of this story.
Oh, I wanted to
And
tell you something about Netta.
if
Netta.
you we gonna get into Miss Netta tonight, baby. Trust me.
When? What
We got
time?
a whole line of it. Um, I'm gonna come through tonight. I don't want to give a specific time because I'm just going through some things right now and I don't want to do any commitments. Cause and I don't want to say too much. But I got a show tonight at 10:10. It'll be 11:10 your time. P. Diddy
Okay,
Kim
it'll be
Porter's
11. Okay, I'm
story.
trying to be up. What's gonna be the topic?
uh P. Diddy Kim Porter's story finally heard. Psychic Sloan Bella revealed he's going down.
You lying.
Kim Porter was writing a tell-all book, then magically died, and computer misplaced. I'll Be Sure got violently sick after blame her death on Diddy, and then Kid Cudi car got blown up for dating Cassie when they broke up. But y'all saying, why is she just now speaking up? Child, that's the topic for tonight.
Uh, you know what?
Listen, and
Nah,
I
it's
want you to be there.
no. You know what? I thought you said that the book was going to be revealed. I'm tired of hearing how he's getting away with murder.
No, it is being revealed, girl. It's a few pages that's out there. I'm gonna read them tonight.
All right. Okay. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
See you at 11.
Okay, I'll see you at
All
11.
right.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Miss Barbara. She's a cool, wise woman in the community.
Listen, listen. Miss Barbara is just doing what God told me to do. You're a king and a queen. That's it. That's
That's
about it.
right.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, love you. Bye.
All right.
All right, y'all. So I want to say that was an amazing show. I'm glad you all stuck around for it. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. We are being vulnerable. We are sharing experiences, and just get ready because I feel like we're going into a new chapter. And like I said, I can't give y'all a commitment on time because there's so much going on in my world right now, and I don't want to share it all. So I'll talk to you in a minute. Peace. Oh, and guess what? I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you right there, for not parking on the lawn. Let's roll out in style.